All right, yo. Welcome back to BlitzPackage. Yo, it's your boy JUS Blaze. I'm in the host with the most in the building. I got the fellas in here. I got some happy fellas and some sad fellas. I got Knight in the building. What's going on, Knight?
What's happening, baby?
I got PAT in the building. What's
You're
going on, PAT?
what's happening?
And of course, I got my brother from another mother. I got Easy in the building. We out here sporting our orange in sadness. What's up, Easy?
What's happening? What's happening, man? We're gonna get into it, man. We're gonna get into it.
All right, all right. So look, I had a different hot take for today, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this shit right here, real quick. Why I'm mad, yo. Yeah, man, I don't know why we get out coach. Get out coach at home. I'm just angry. I'm really angry about the whole situation. I'm just really upset about the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? Because my original hot take was supposed to be about the Heisman talk. Okay, the Heisman talk and everything, and if the best player in college football is actually gonna get it this year for the first time in about a decade. But we can get to that to another point. Because yesterday, my coach got out wrapped round around the circles around at home. Like he came in and kick your stuff down and say, "Look, it's my house now."
Yeah, I mean, Taj Boyd and Sammy Watkins, man, they got inducted into the Hall of Fame,
Mm-mm.
and the team just did not represent offensively, defensively. The star power that we have on paper just was not present. The pass rush was terrible. The secondary was shaky. And we couldn't stop a runny nose, man. And I can't put it on all on one single player. Maffa, on paper looked like he had a great game, man. He ran for 171, but just to get straight thrashed the entire game, the score isn't indicative of what the game actually was because we scored 14 in the fourth. We were getting
Oh,
dusted every quarter.
look, hey, I'm gonna ask PAT thoughts before I start getting on it because I do not agree with what you're saying, Easy, and I'll tell you why. But I want to get PAT thoughts first, real quick.
Uh,
Come on, PAT.
First of all, you know what I'm saying? It looked like I'll just say from an energy standpoint, it looked like Louisville wanted it way more than y'all wanted it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they were ready for this game, and y'all are coming off a bye. So for your offense to play the way it did is indicative of poor coaching, poor preparation. See what I'm saying? Um, I don't know if you thought this was going to be a cakewalk or what, but your defense, they was holding it. The first half kind of reminded me of the Georgia game. It was, low scoring on both sides, and then all of a sudden, man, you know, just like Georgia, your defense got tired. Louisville blew the doors off. Your offense was sputtering. Yeah, the run game was working, but 2, 3 yards here a pop. You know what I'm saying? Getting stopped on fourth down. The play calling, it just looked like it's one of those Dabo forgot the coach games. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those games you have during the season. And you had one with Georgia where you didn't make second half adjustments, and now you got one with Louisville. You didn't make second half adjustments. So that's pretty much what I saw, man. Um,
Okay.
Not a lot of heart out there. Didn't look like it was a lot of heart out there on y'all side. So
Okay. Knight, go ahead, man, because I think I'm gonna get on the soapbox. Go ahead.
So I just have a couple quick points, and it's not to deter y'all, but I think sometimes Dabo doesn't always prepare for the war or the battle that he's facing. He underestimates them sometimes. Um, I'm not saying that Clemson was a blowout or is a blowout or is a walk in the park. No, but I think sometimes with the coaching, it just doesn't appear that things don't line up. Now, what I will say is, and I want to give credit where credit is due, Terrell and Brandon have also said this a number of times over the course of the podcast that Dabo doesn't really lose at home, and that was surprising. And they've never lost to Louisville, which was another surprise. And to my last point, I think that whatever the case may be, Clemson still has a stable, has a powerhouse, has a good, solid team, but they just have to continuously show up day in and day out even on the bad days and the off days. But it wasn't the game that Dabo anticipated, in my opinion.
All right. So easy. You said a couple things, and I'm gonna tell you what I disagree with and what I agree with. So I'm gonna tell you this, and I haven't said this out loud because I hope it didn't happen. It didn't show up until like maybe we play Miami. That's my hope. But here's the problem. One, the depth on the defensive line is the issue. We knew that going into the season. That is why Woods is playing in. Is similar to the season we had when Christian played in because we didn't have depth at in. Woods is truly a tackle. He should be playing tackle, but he's playing in on the outside because we have an issue on the defensive line depth. Now you want to say, what happened to them? I'm gonna be honest with you. Woods didn't play the second half. He had some kind of injury. They didn't disclose it or whatever. They didn't play much in the second half. And the defense got tired. I mean, that's just bottom line. Defense got tired.
I'm not.
Now, now hold on. Now, let me say, here's the other thing about the offensive side. You know, Pat was talking about, coming off a bye week and bad coaching, but look, straight up, it came out flat. K was trigger shy about pulling the trigger, which he haven't been since the Georgia game.
Oh,
He was trigger shy, haven't been since the Georgia game, and he came out flat. He was missing throws by millimeters or by seconds because he was not sure about when to pull the trigger. He was trigger shy and it came out flat, which is another thing. Now you talking about we always talk about Dabo don't lose game at home. This is probably the third or fourth game in his career that he's lost after a bye week. He don't lose after bye weeks generally either. And that's even when we had that bum quarterback that Florida State got now.
so a couple of things, right? When I was speaking about Peter Woods and TJ Parker, I wasn't just speaking about this game. I'm talking about for the entirety of the season.
And that's what I'm saying. Woods is playing out of position.
Okay, Woods is playing out of position. We don't have depth at DN. I haven't heard TJ Parker's name. We don't get pressure on the quarterback, man. If we're being honest, last year our defense was getting better pressure than we have this year. I agree with your point about Cade, about him just coming out flat. But at the same time, if we're looking at this game, right, in the first half, we scored one touchdown. We did not score again until the fourth quarter. We made their defense look like our defense should have. Our offensive line was getting ran through like it was tissue paper. And they're better this year, but this was a poor game. And yes, when I look at these games, Georgia defense held through. And I look at Louisville, defense held Louisville to what? Well, it ended up being 17, but second half adjustments, they don't exist, right? For Clemson. There's no adjustments. It's just okay, let's go out and let's run the ball when we're down and run the clock out. Right?
Okay, hold on. Right. Easy. We can't talk about this game the whole day, but I'm gonna make this real quick comment on it. Okay. For some reason, and I don't know why, they are treating Maffa like he's a speed bag. Louisville played a too high safety to keep on Westco and Moore in check the whole night until the third and fourth quarter when we actually start running the ball a little bit better. They start bringing safeties down. I don't know why, but what Riley's doing, we got to use them other backs because Muffa's not a speed guy, and against a two shell high defense, you run underneath to get them to bring the safeties down. He is not doing it. That was a bad play call game by Riley. Dabo sit there and let it happen. Dabo sit there and let it happen, and we look bad after a bye week.
They keep doing that though. It's glaring that Maffa is a power back. Glaring.
Can I interject? Because this is gonna go on and
No,
on.
I'm about to stop it. We're about to get to this other
Well,
upset that happened. This
I,
top 10 upset that happened in
I
Columbia,
just
South Carolina.
right, but let me just say this. Garrett Riley is not the answer to y'all's offense. Y'all need somebody that's gonna come in there and make a difference, bro. Y'all play too vanilla. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna run the ball. Your talent, first of all, it goes back to the beginning of the season. you don't have the right talent on that team as far as skill positions besides wide receiver, because wide receiver, y'all nasty. Running back, you need help. Quarterback, you need help. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying Cade is trash. I'm just saying Cade needs to be pressured to succeed because it's not it's look he's just doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can run this offense. The RPO should have been working for y'all last night if y'all set it up right. Play action should have been working for y'all last night if you set it up right. But they weren't scared of your run game because you getting 2 yards. Y'all not scaring nobody with Mafa until you get inside the 10-yard line. Nobody is scared. So you got to do something.
So,
Say it again.
I
What's his name? Mufasa.
Hey, look, PAT. I agree with you with the Moffitt situation. Moffitt is not a main running back, in my opinion. He's a complimentary back. He needs somebody back there. That's why him and Shipley work so well. But I disagree with the quarterback analysis, PAT. But like I said, we got to move on to the upset that happened in Columbia, South Carolina last night. For the first time, just like the first time Louisville beat Clemson since being in the conference. First time South Carolina has beaten Texas A&M since being in the conference. As a big upset down there in the metro for homecoming. Let alone no Knight was out there chilling, relaxing. But it's a big win for Shane Beamer. Now the question is that are they gonna be able to hold it and keep going? I mean they looking good because they look good some games and then some games they look like they don't look good. But
Nighttime.
You got
I'm just being honest. We be being honest about it. We're not sugarcoating nothing out here.
Nighttime, I'm gonna let you have this, but first,
Yeah, first I wanted to say something to you, Pat. Man, I got to tip your hat off to PAT because he called this at the beginning of the season, saying that the defense
I ain't
was
even got to say it. I ain't even got to say it. I ain't even got to say it.
Pat
I ain't
called
even got to say it.
defense is defensing out here, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't. And it's been games where South Carolina should have won. Louisville, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? South Carolina maintained it all season. They're a better team than what y'all seeing. You know what I'm saying? The results ain't speaking for what the team actually has and what they can do. But last night they put it together. So go ahead, Knight. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
Hold
I'll
on.
say
Hey, Nate, can I say something real quick? Just
yeah.
want to say one thing. I'm gonna let you go. Now, is last night just proved what they had said that Shane Beamer has a winning record at South Carolina when playing at night at home.
Mm-hmm.
He's lost more games at home during the daytime than he does at night. Go ahead, Nate.
Yeah, we shine under them lights, baby. I will say this. And I have my own self to blame. It feels like just on this podcast alone, when I choose to pick my school, we're not so successful. But when I go against them and fight them in this realm, we are successful. Now I will say this, Pat. We talked early on about the defense. Yeah, I had no questions about the defense. They were strong and they're continuing to develop. But what I will say is, um, we're still developing and we're still getting in that groove with our offense. I like what I'm seeing. Sellers, I really like him. The young man is agile and he putting players on their backs. You understand me? But what I will say is Carolina has 4 games left. I'm only worried about one game, and it's not November 30th.
What game is that you worry about they got left?
Vanderbilt.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Where
Vanderbilt,
is that game at? Where is that game at?
Uh,
Is it in Vandy? Is it
I think so. I think it's in
is
Vandy.
it is it in Music City?
I think it is in Vandy. And that's the game I'm concerned about. Um,
yeah, it's at Vandy,
it's at Vandy.
Mm.
Hold on. Who y'all got left on the schedule now? Y'all got Vandy,
Missouri.
Missouri.
Walker and Clemson.
Okay, that's cool. Now, hey Pat, I want to say something. I want to ask you a question, and then based on
Mhm.
your response, I'm gonna say something. Um, did you at any point in the game, just being honest, and this is not a shot, this is a question, during the Florida State Miami game a week ago, did you at any point say, okay, we got enough. We can keep it close and possibly beat these boys.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Even th-
Absolutely not.
absolutely not. Okay. Okay. I
Absolutely.
just want to ask because I mean
Absolutely not.
they had that game close for a half.
Bro, I mean, close but no cigars. You know what I'm saying? What was the end? Now, the only thing about Miami, that Miami game, we held them under 50 points. That's whoop de doo. We still got thrashed, but we held them under 50 points. So yeah, it is what it is. You know,
Okay.
um, that's the only thing I can say. But it ain't good. But you know, hey,
All right.
So
So now
so
you worried about Vandy. That's this left on the schedule. Blaze, man.
what's
With
up?
4 games that we have left. Okay, I'm South Carolina. That's gonna be a challenge.
It's a rivalry game. Rivalry game is always gonna be a challenge.
What about Pitt?
Let's stop acting like the game ain't a rivalry game.
How you feel based on how we just
No, even I mean we yes we have blown out South Carolina a couple of times, but we have had some close games. Even shit, hell, the first year we won the national championship, it was a close game in Columbia until the fourth quarter. Let's be real about it.
oh,
So the Pitt game is the only game that's left on the schedule that somewhat concerns me, and that's because Pat Ardizzi knows defense, and I that's why I said it, didn't it? Pat, no, okay.
but yeah.
Yeah, the head coach of Pitt knows defense, so I do have, and being that the game is in Pitt, I do have a little concern about that. But to be honest, that's the only game I'm concerned about left on the schedule.
So you're not worried about South Carolina?
No,
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, y'all wasn't beating Texas A&M this year. If y'all played them, Texas
I
A&M
w-
would have thrashed y'all. Okay, Alabama, you might would have got them the way they playing. You weren't gonna beat LSU. You know what I'm saying? These are all teams that South Carolina would have beaten, could have beaten, had beat. You know, the only game South Carolina to me got really whooped on was Ole Miss. You know what I'm saying? So, uh,
Ole Miss is probably the weakest one out of all the teams they have played. Let's be honest about it. Ole
But
Miss is
okay,
not a better team than Bama.
but
Ole
hold
Miss
I'm
is
on.
not
not a better
saying
team than
that. That's
Bama.
not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm
The
saying,
same
yeah, you're gonna have a hiccup.
way,
You know what I'm saying?
the same
Yes.
way that we put it together last night is the same way Ole Miss was able to put it together that weekend.
Right.
So,
And
And,
what I'm
and if you
saying
look at
is you can put it together. It's like last
nah,
night
bro,
wasn't a thrashing that easy want to say it was. It was not.
no,
It
y'all
was
got worked. Y'all Clemson got worked
we weren't
because
in
y'all,
we weren't in that game, Blaze.
yeah,
We're not in that game.
worked, bro. Like they came out there with a plan, and this is after a bye week, bro.
Carolina came off a bye week last week too, boy.
It was
And
it was 26-7 going into the fourth. 26-7, bro. We
and
were
y'all were held scoreless. Y'all
we
were
were
held
not in the
scoreless since the first quarter. Like
to
y'all
say
got whooped, bro.
it wasn't a thrashing. I'm not saying it was like a 56-0, but we were not.
it was okay. Okay,
It was
hold on,
not a
hold
competitive.
on.
Come on, man. Don't be
Look,
delirious.
y'all done
I'm
handed
not
out
being
enough 56 to
delirious.
nothing though. Y'all have handed out
So,
plenty of them 56 to nothings.
Okay, is I'm not being delirious. I'm being honest about the fact that there are two block field goals, bad coaching mistakes on play calling in red zones. It would know what that game looked like to me. It
so y'all
wasn't
beat
really a
yourselves.
thrashing.
Is this one of them? Is this one of them
It
things where you're gonna say we beat ourselves?
what I'm saying is it looked like the game looked like we did when we played Duke last year at the beginning of the season when we couldn't get our own way in the red zone.
I get that, but what I'm saying is block field goals wasn't gonna win us the game either. Like you can't. My thing is this, right? If you are down 26-7, running the ball is not going to get you there. It's not. And once you become one dimensional, we all know you one dimensional. Hey man, they licking their chops.
Mm-hmm. Let's drop them safeties down because all they got is Mafia.
Yeah,
And
because
we
they
not scared.
know that one. all you're gonna do is run the ball, and two, your O line is not nice enough to open up the holes you need to get these chunk plays.
I'm gonna be honest. For it to be a night game on ESPN and Death Valley, right? Like you said, y'all don't lose at home. You know what I'm saying? It's a night game. Like, were y'all looking ahead? Who y'all got? Were y'all looking ahead to Pitt? Were y'all looking ahead to your next
I'm
opponent?
Their running back had a career night.
I'm just trying to figure out the reason because it sounds like to me the Blaze over here don't want to really say the reason. Y'all got beat and you trying to find the good in the loss. And I get it, but this is a bad loss, especially for what y'all are trying to do in the ACC, especially
okay.
trying to
Hold on.
get you got Tuesday, you got the rankings coming out, okay? And you got an L right there. We already know how they treated y'all off a bye week. They dropped y'all a spot and y'all didn't even play. Y'all finna be ranked 22
Against a team that let
coming into next week.
Miami put 50 points on them.
Miami's undefeated, right?
Just like any team, when you look at Louisville, yeah, if you're looking at this score and you see 21-33, oh, it wasn't that bad. No, it was. It was that bad. Because Louisville's like, hey, we got this game. Just like we do. Let up off the dogs. Like, there's no point in letting people get hurt. Our running back
Yep.
had a career night,
Yep.
151, the most he's ever ran on anybody ever.
Yeah.
Like, our defense, if we're looking at Carolina's defense and we're looking at our defense, we're not the same, man. We're not
Ain't do it.
like that. And we used to hang our hat. Our calling card was stifling defense and big plays from our receivers, right? And we just didn't have that. Our offensive line is not playing well, and our defense is not stifling. It's not.
Yeah.
Hey,
And we've
hey,
been
hey, 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 Weezy, I got a question for you because I'm gonna ask you because I believe you should know the answer to this question. Is this the first time Louisville's been a good team?
No, of course not. Lamar Jackson.
Okay, hold on. So, is this have we ever had close games with Louisville? Or have we blown them out all the time?
That's the thing, Blaze. Louisville's not that good. That's what I'm saying. Louisville is not that good. That's why we look so bad. Miami's not that good. Louisville's not that good. And we just look like we couldn't compete. That's my
let's
thing.
be honest.
We're
Let's
looking at
be honest real
Louisville.
quick.
I think Louisville's a lot better than y'all give them credit to.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's be honest. They're a serviceable team, but we're talking about the ACC, right? They already gonna put y'all down. Power five conferences, y'all five. You see what I'm
Look,
saying? That's how they gonna do y'all. You know what I'm
okay,
saying? I'm not saying
look,
it's right, but I'm saying y'all, you needed this win.
I'm not disagreeing with that part, but that part, I'm gonna be honest, that part is cooked. That part of what you're saying is done. We are not gonna make the playoffs unless a miracle happens. The only teams that are gonna get in the playoffs from the ACC are gonna be Miami and SMU. Period. That's it.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna sit here in front on it. Miami, maybe Pitt. If Pitt beats us, Pitt might be able to one day win in because based on Miami's and SMU schedule, they're gonna meet each other in the SEC. They're not gonna lose another game. They're not. I mean, Miami's not gonna lose a game, and SMU is not gonna lose another game. And the only loss they have is a 2 point loss to BYU. So I'm telling you, and I'm be honest with you. If Miami gets behind SMU, SMU gonna win. Like
the
the playoff part is
the way you're
cooked.
talking, the way you're talking right now, and I know we gotta move on from this Clemson
Yes, we got to
thing,
move on.
but the way you're talking right now is how you should be talking about your team. You know what I'm saying? You should be real
That's
Yeah.
when
what I'm
talking about.
saying. Like I
Nah, bro.
am being real. Hold on, Pat. I know you ain't talking about nobody being real about their team when you
Hey,
was
bro, I've been real.
delusional
Don't
all
do
year
this to
about
me.
your stuff. And don't do
Don't do
that.
this to
Don't do
me.
that.
Don't
Yeah.
do
Don't
this to me. I know but you just asked me, am I prideful in the Miami L that we took? No, brother. No, and you up here trying to
That's
find
not
the
what I
good.
asked you.
Uh,
I asked you, did you ever feel
Basically,
like you could win?
how do you feel? Do you feel accomplished?
No,
Because
hold on, hold on, hold on. All
you
right.
held a close game.
All right, bro.
No.
PAT,
Wow.
the reason that PAT made the comment he made to you, Blaze, is because when you were talking about the threat, when I said
It's not.
it wasn't, you
Go
saying
ahead.
it was not a thrashing. I am
It's
saying
not.
what do you consider a thrashing? Because we were not competitive in this game from the first quarter. After the first quarter, we played poorly. After the first quarter, it was over. It was over after that. We could not score. We couldn't pick up a first down. I mean, that's what
Louisville came in there.
team is not good.
Louisville came in there like the daddy getting off work, where your mama been calling him all day, talking about how bad you was, and he came
Oh
in there and
wow.
put belt
Oh,
to.
Knight, hold on. Knight, let me ask you a question. Because Knight gonna give me honest. Knight, we've been doing this show
I'm
for a couple
honest.
years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who has been more realistic about their team? Me or Easy? On the
You,
huh?
you.
Okay. What I'm saying is not
Hold on,
illogical
hold
or
on.
what I'm saying.
No, no.
Because we gotta really move on. We gotta get on to this Ohio State pit and I mean Ohio State Penn State and we gotta get to these picks.
Yeah, I think that at the end of the day, Terrell, I think what has happened is a lot of lackluster performances when you have a blockbuster type of squad.
Either you coaching it or you condoning it.
Dabo came out right before this game, right, and said that he felt like they had finally got everything put together,
From the
and
cockpit.
they was ready to run with it. You know what I'm saying? And Louisville came in there and snatched it from you. You know what I'm saying? With nothing to lose, they not going nowhere. They're just gonna make sure you not going either.
Blaze, you felt like that game was competitive?
It's more competitive than what the indicatives of the score is.
Moving
That's
on.
what I'm saying. The score, it was 17-7 at halftime, right?
You
They
can't
had
hear you.
less than 200 yards of offense. Both teams had less than 200 yards of offense. Like y'all looking at certain things. Y'all talking about the eye test. Y'all felt like it looked like we got put down. What I'm saying is it didn't. When you break it down, break the film down, there are it was not as separation as you think it was. The problem is that it should have been a separation because Clemson should be a better team than Louisville, is what you're trying to say.
I'm
But
saying
it wasn't a ass whooping like
Louisville is
you
not
and PAT are talking about.
Louisville is not a good team like that. They scored every quarter. We scored one touchdown in the first quarter. We didn't score again until the fourth. And after that, the game was already over.
Yeah, yeah.
So to me, putting a little icing on the end of the game and say, okay, yeah, we did something. We showed up. You didn't hear TJ Parker's name. You haven't heard it all year, right? And if we don't have depth like that, then that is coaching. You have to address these weaknesses.
Mm. That's recruitment. That's recruitment and failing to find talent in the transfer portal. That's why you have no depth.
And to be honest, if we're looking at all of these games that we've played, I have not been impressed. We've been winning and scoring against teams that we already know weren't going to be any comp, right? Florida State, NC State. Yeah, you expect to win those games, but when we're playing a Georgia, when we're playing a Louisville looked good against Miami, right? But Miami's not Miami's not winning nothing. Okay. If we look at that
Defense
game
shows up.
and then the way we played, man, yeah, I'm worried about Pitt, even though they got stomped out by SMU. SMU would challenge us, Pitt would challenge us. I mean, we look like even Virginia. Like, come on,
South
man.
Carolina.
Play better. We should have played better, man. But yeah, I'm off my soapbox, man. I can't let you ride like that, Blaze. It wasn't competitive, bro.
It wasn't.
Okay, so hey, real quick, easy. Since you got all these stats about Louisville, I'm gonna ask you one question, and
Hey man,
I want
can
you to
we
get the
move
answer.
on?
Oh, now you want to move on,
Yeah,
PAT. After you get all your
I'm just
points up, now you
saying.
want to move
let him get
on.
it
I'm
off.
just
Let him get it off.
saying.
Let him get
Nah,
it off.
nah, nah, nah. PAT want to move on when he want to move on and stuff. How many Louisville's lost 4 games, right? How many of those games have they lost by more than a touchdown? But
One,
hey, why you get into that information? Why you get into that information? Let's get into this Penn State, Ohio State, because I already know the answer.
What
Because y'all talking
was
about
your question? Was it 10 lost by more than 10 points?
more than a touchdown. because they put 45 up on Miami.
Okay, so what is your point with that though?
I'm like, what is your definition of a bad team, man? Because
Clemson.
they've lost to only all the teams they lost to are ranked teams. Now, highly ranked teams. They lost to SMU by 7. They lost to Miami by 7. They lost to Notre Dame by 7.
Yeah, they were ranked, but they
They
looked.
were highly ranked. They don't look bad. They never look bad in the game. Is my point.
I'm not saying that. They have
Yes, you did. You
what
said
I'm
it's a
saying is
bad team.
they're not a good team. What I'm saying when I say not a
Okay.
good team, they're not winning the ACC. They're not going to the championship. They're not winning no rings out here. They're not like a power school that you expect to be in the playoffs, right?
Oh, okay.
They have 3 losses before playing us, and Miami beat them. Miami didn't look good. But I know, yes, they have the capability. They're a better team than anybody we played this
Hey,
season other than Georgia. And my only point was it wasn't competitive.
okay, look, man, we done took too much time talking about this. We gotta get to these picks.
You gotta
We
be
gotta
able to
get to these
you gotta
picks,
ask
easy.
for it.
We
We
can't
gotta
even
get to
talk
these
about
picks, easy.
we can't even talk about Penn State, Ohio State. But
We done
okay.
ran out of time.
Mm.
Go ahead,
We
man.
done ran out of time. We ran out of time, man. Hey, look, we got Georgia playing Ole Miss this weekend. So who y'all taking, man?
I'm taking Ole
Anybody,
Miss.
Uh-uh.
PAT say he gonna take Ole Miss.
I think Georgia's the one this year.
They barely beat Florida, bro.
It's a rivalry game, man.
It's an SEC game.
Florida State barely beat Miami.
I mean, we not gonna say this is
Y'all
not a
barely beat
rivalry
Luke.
game.
Oh my bad.
It's a rivalry game. Now, who you taking, man? You taking Hotty Toddy Gosh Almighty, or
The
you
state of
taking Bulldog?
Mississippi. No, I'm taking Georgia. Ugga, 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 ugga.
Okay. We the Tigers hope to rebound in Blacksburg next weekend. And who taking the Hokies?
I'm gonna take them.
Pokey, turn yourself around. That's what it's all
Take 'em.
about.
That's another bad team. Y'all got them.
They just gotta play with some pride, man. That's all. They gotta play with some pride, man.
Now you taking the Hokey Pokey, man?
Yeah, give me the hokey pokey. I'm gonna shake that thing up real quick. You know what I'm saying? From the cock commander.
No Diddy on that one.
The
Hey,
baby oil bandit.
You on one, boy.
yo, hey, BYU and Utah.
BYU.
Yeah, BYU.
I
I
just
think
don't
everybody
understand
on.
how these boys doing it up there in BYU.
Yeah.
Because you can't keep doing all this soaking stuff. You got to get you some action. But I
That,
give me BYU. They got that. I guess that's where they play so good. All that
yeah, they
pent up
got a lot. It's
aggression.
a lot of pent up aggression.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. We got Michigan at Indiana.
I'm gonna take Michigan.
Indiana.
Give me Indiana, man. I'm gonna shake it up.
Indiana.
Hey, easy. You on that limb by yourself with Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan trash.
This is gonna be the upset.
Hey, but look, easy. Remember now, Michigan won it out last year. Florida State had the opportunity to win it out, but both teams seem to be
Yeah.
subpar at best.
We subpar.
So we got Alabama going down to Baton Rouge.
LSU.
Yeah, I'm gonna take I don't like Brian Kelly, but I'm gonna take LSU.
They coming off a bye, right? But the LSU ain't play. They're coming off a bye, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Real
They
Tigers gonna
both
show you
are.
what to do.
They are both are. The SEC schedules that game to where they both have a bye week before that game, just like they do Florida and Miami. I mean Florida and Georgia.
But these Tigers gonna show you what to do off a bye week.
Give me Terrell. Listen to me well, and I want you to
Mhm.
put this on wax. Give me Alabama by 2 points.
And with that, with what Knight said and PAT said, I'm taking Bama.
Okay.
All right, we got Colorado, Texas Tech. Texas Tech is another upset we didn't get to because of our back and forth here. Texas Tech also upset Iowa State this weekend. So we had 3 undefeated teams lose: Pitt, Iowa State, and Penn
Boy,
State.
y'all needed to win this weekend so bad. Boy, God, it just makes it worse. Oh, boy, y'all.
So who anybody taking the Red Raiders out there in Lubbock, Texas?
Nah,
Nah,
I think it was luck. Who they playing?
Colorado. They playing Colorado. They playing in Lubbock though.
It's a home game. It's probably gonna be a night game too. I'm gonna take the fighting Travis Hunters.
I think we all on Colorado on this one, which is not a good note, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good note, but I think it's gonna be a good game. Like, I really want to see what them Sanders boys can do, what that Hunter guy can do, and how well Coach Sanders can kind of coach these boys out there in Texas, man.
and you know they from Texas, so
Right. It's gonna be a homecoming for them. So
They ain't from Lubbock.
no.
All right, we got South Carolina State and Howard.
South
The
Carolina State.
game is in DC. The game
South
is in
Carolina.
DC.
going NC State, man.
That quarterback down there at South Carolina State, he running over players too, boy, and looking at him
Oh
like,
yeah, he is. He
try
definitely
to
did.
touch me? Right. Like,
Did you see the game Thursday night? Did you
I'll
turn the
take
film
State.
on?
I did. I did.
Okay, yeah, I
Cook.
watched that one. Cooked, real cooked at home. They was cooking in that part. That was Southern cooking down there.
Nah, boy, them boys got them chitlins together before Thanksgiving.
Hey, we got JCSU at Livingstone. JCSU is the
ACSU,
only undefeated HBCU team right now in the country.
ACSU.
Yeah, JCSU.
All right, all right. PAT closing thoughts.
I feel like y'all let a good one get away. You know what I'm saying? And if you're gonna have any regrets when this season is over, if you're gonna look back at any point in this season and say, how did we get to this point? It was last night. And there's gonna be some reevaluation done. Garrett Riley, seat hot. Dabo gonna have to make a decision. Your defensive coordinator, I don't even know who he is, but Venables might be available.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
because
available. He coming home.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all might need to put a reunion. Y'all might need to start thinking about the reunion tour for next year. You know what I'm saying? Those are my closing thoughts.
Easy closing thoughts, man.
all right. All right, so closing thoughts. Things aren't as bad as I make them out to be. But I'm highly disappointed. I think everybody has spoken on their disappointment there. But the team just got to play better, man. You got to play better in the big games. Playing good in the games that should be tune-up games. I mean, it doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore, man.
Hey, but before I get to you, I gotta say this. So first of all, to the fans, we want to say thank you. We appreciate you. We're going to apologize for the heated argument they're having today. We get a little testy when it gets November down in with people that wear orange and people that wear garnet and
What
black.
you apologizing for?
We get a little testy.
Let the man
Uh,
speak, man.
so because we didn't do the show like we should. We got a little tested today, and we didn't cover some points we should have covered, but we would do better. The Blitz package is gonna do better. We're gonna look at the half. We're gonna make some halftime adjustments.
Yep.
According like PAT said, we're gonna make some halftime adjustments. We're gonna tighten up. We're gonna tighten up the wide receiver spot. Look at some DBs. We're gonna make sure the O line get hydrated. We don't want no roll up on. We don't want no cramps happening.
I need to
And
find some linebackers.
the linebackers is on point. Okay, we're gonna make sure they on point and make sure they know how to blitz and get in shred some blocks. With that being said, Knight, would you give the benediction for us, please, sir?
Absolutely. Today's thoughts are brought to you by Woodford Reserve. Just remember, if nobody can, the cock commander can. Okay.
Okay,
Again,
with that,
closing thoughts. All right. Football, I'm loving it. The upsets are gonna happen. We're here. We can't go back. You know what I'm saying? Just remember this, folks. Yesterday's home runs can't win today's game.
Mm.
With that being said, that's night. That's easy. That's PAT. I'm your boy JUS Blaze. Hey, tell another friend and tell that friend to tell another friend that hey, Blitz Package is back. We coming through. We out.
Yeah.